David had only discovered that someone had taken a few bites out of his pizza when he instinctively reached for someone else's food. The moment he picked up a chicken leg, however, he immediately drew the anger of the people on the upper levels. It turned out this was a 333-story vertical prison. If David, living on level 24, ate someone else's food, then others would take food from the people below them, creating a vicious cycle that left the inmates at the very bottom with nothing but scraps to lick off plates. When David heard this, he couldn't help but laugh. His pizza had already been stolen, so why shouldn't he take something from others in return? The man above promised he would stand up for David, but only if David didn't act like a barbarian. In other words, a thief. If he insisted on stealing food, he would be punished by the so-called loyalists. In this vertical prison, there were two factions. The loyalists, who enforced the rule that every inmate could only eat the dish they had chosen before entering, and the barbarians, who stole from others. This was the only way the prison population could survive. Seeing that David still intended to eat the chicken leg, his cellmate panicked and quickly threw him some of his own food, forcing David to put the chicken leg back down. Although David had followed the rules this time, by the time the food platform descended to level 44, another barbarian showed up. The loyalists added the thief's name to their list and planned to settle accounts with him the next day. Meanwhile, the prisoners on levels 19 and 20 also plotted to punish the person on level 21 who had stolen David's pizza. Sure enough, the next day a fight broke out overhead. The men from levels 19 and 20 clashed with the barbarians on 21, but no one expected the barbarians to be so vicious. The battle spilled upward all the way to level 22. David's upstairs neighbor warned him and Annie to prepare to fight, which left David terrified. He had no desire to get into any kind of conflict. As the screams from above grew louder, Annie quickly dismantled the metal frame of her bed to make a weapon. Moments later, the food platform reached their level. At the same time, one of the men from above was thrown down with the barbarians. Meanwhile, a woman on level 23 suddenly screamed that she felt unbearably hot. In a panic, she kicked the remaining scraps of food off the platform, but it was too late. The next second, flames engulfed her and burned her body into charred remains. Annie rushed to put out the fire, but the heavyset woman was already dead.